This is the Philips air fryer, which is a revolutionary new way of frying food. There's nothing else quite like it on the marketplace. It's new patented technology, which means that it belongs to us, it was invented by us, and it's something we're very, very proud of. The way that it cooks your food is a new frying method. So we're no longer saying don't fry your food, we're saying air fry your food. The way that it works is the fan technology removes the fats and oils from the food, allows it to drip through the drip basket, air fries by lifting and making that fat or that oil airborne. So it's constantly coating your food in the oil or the fat that's in the food. So if you're buying pre-packaged supermarket store-bought food, it generally has a small amount of oil in it. So there's no need to add any additional oil. If you're preparing fresh, homemade foods that have no oil in it at all, you will need to add a small amount of oil. So the maximum that we recommend is 1 tablespoon. So 1 tablespoon of oil versus maybe 5 litres of oil if you are frying in a deep fryer, or maybe versus 250 mils if you're frying in a fry pan. So the difference is quite significant. The difference is quite significant in terms of the amount of oil that you waste, the amount of calories that you're consuming, the amount of wastage that you need to get rid of, and for me, the amount of guilt associated with fried food. So I've taken away the guilt. I'm now frying everything in my air fryer. I'm also using it like a mini oven. So I'm roasting meats, I'm roasting vegetables, I'm cooking toasts and pizzas and all sorts of amazing things that you'd never imagine that you could cook in here. But not just cook, the results, the flavours that you're getting. The flavours are like they're being deep fried. So what you get with the air fryer is you get a recipe book. And the recipe book is for your homemade style recipes. So there's 40 different recipes. You've got things like meatballs, you've got marinated chicken, you've got frittata, you've got quiches, all the way through to the very end where we've got some meatloaf there, and then we have chocolate brownies. Now, who would imagine that you could cook chocolate brownies in an air fryer? It works like an oven, but you get the crisp and the crunch on the outside that you would expect from fried food. So the recipe book comes with it. You can also jump onto the Philips website and there's an additional 40 recipes designed specifically for the air fryer. You're also getting a quick start guide. So the quick start guide gives you the how-to. So when you get this home, when you unpackage it, there's no guesswork. You've got different types of foods, you've got temperatures, and you've got time. So that's the quick start guide. You're also getting a food separator. Now the food separator is a divider which goes in the basket, I'll show you that in a moment, which will separate flavours or types of foods. So if you had chicken and fish, or if you had marinated sauce food that you didn't want touching the other food, you put the food separator in and it will actually separate the foods. You're also getting a baking dish. Now, the baking dish is fantastic for saucy foods. So if you wanted to cook a sauté chicken or beef and black bean or a frittata, which we'll do here today, you've now got a baking dish which will allow or stop the sauces from dripping through. Baking dish comes with the air fryer. So this is the machine here itself. Really compact. It's got non-slip grip feet on the bottom, so it's not going to slide off your bench top. It's got a retractable cord, so if you want to pack it away, it goes away neatly into your cupboard. But I guarantee you, when you get this home, you'll be cooking so many types of foods in it, it won't be going in the cupboard. So air fryer is a neat unit with a temperature gauge here and a timer here. Most important thing to note is the maximum time is 30 minutes. So 30 minutes versus say 2 to 3 hours on a traditional oven goes to show you how quick and how rapid the cooking technology is with the air fryer. So temperature gauge, we can change that by simply twisting the dial, and then we've got the timer again, which is just the twist of a dial. So when it gets around to 0, it will actually turn itself off. So ding means food's done and it's turned itself off. So from a safety perspective, it's quite different from frying in a frying pan where you have to keep your eye on it in case it catches on fire. This will actually turn itself off. So you can leave it, you can go and do something else and rest assured that it's safe. The frying basket is this here. So we've got a little quick release here, which you press that button. Here's your frying basket. You can see that it looks like a deep fat fryer from down at the chip shop. It allows the fats and oils from the food to drip through, be caught in this catchment area, and I have cooked in this not long ago so that you can see that there's oil in there, just running down there. So the oil will drip through. The fan technology lifts that oil and that fat and makes it airborne. So it's constantly coating and frying your food with this air technology. Very, very different technology, very, very new. Results are outstanding. So, to start with something simple, most of our marketing revolves around the hot chips, because let's face it, it's the comfort food, it's the sometimes food, it's the food that we all love, but we generally avoid because of the calories or the guilt. So, if you were to buy store-bought, you would add zero oil whatsoever because there's already an amount of oil in store-bought chips. If you were to cook your home-cut chips, you can be using sweet potato, regular potato, whatever it is that you like. You do need to add oil because there's no natural fat in potato. So you would chop up the potatoes, you would mix them in a mixing bowl with a tablespoon maximum of oil. You can use spray oil if you wish. You can use whatever type of oil, whether it's macadamia, rice bran, olive, vegetable, whatever type of oil you like. If you wanted to go and add some spice or some herbs, you can also do that. You pop it in here into the frying basket, but because I don't have the hand cut, I'm going to just pop a bag of pre-cut, so frozen. So these are actually wedges, seasoned wedges. I'm going to pop them in there. In fact, I'm going to pop the whole bag just to show you the capacity, the volume. So the volume is 1 kilo capacity. So that bag didn't quite fill the 1 kilo capacity. That's enough for a family of 4, I would say. So we pop that in there like so. I'm going to fry it on the 200 degrees. I tend to cook almost everything on the 200 degrees. I like that deep fried effect on the food, but you could change it if you wish to. I wouldn't cook the chips much under 160, so 200 degrees. I'll pop that on there for 15 minutes. Now, the reason I put that on there for 15 minutes is because you've got a little quick start guide here on your machine, and we've got hand cut or we've got pre-prepped chips. Because they've been pre-prepped, they only need 15 minutes. Now, to preheat this machine, it's a maximum of 3 minutes preheat. So, you can either put the 3 minutes on and allow it to go to 0, which you can do. I tend to just put the 3 minutes onto the cooking time and allow it to cook all the way through. So, I've put that on for 15 minutes because it only recommends 11 to 12 for store-bought chips. So, 15 minutes total. It'll turn itself off, chips are done. Compared to your regular oven, you would need about 15 minutes just for your preheat. So cooking time is significantly reduced. The fats and oils are going to be dripping through, so we're actually removing a certain amount of oil in pre-prepared foods, but the results are outstanding. You're getting, I've cooked some here just earlier on, you're getting this amazing crunch with the fluffy centre that you get from deep fried chips. So yes, the cooking time is helpful, but it's the results that you're getting. You're getting fried food technology without all the oil. There we go, the wedges are now done. So, we take the basket out. You can actually empty it like this, but I prefer to release the quick release button here, which lifts that frying basket out, because I don't want to tip out all of that excess oil with it. I want the excess oil to stay in there. I don't want it on my food. So, I'll serve those wedges and they will be delicious and crunchy and fluffy on the inside, which is what you want from fried food. I'll just show you how that divider fits in, because again, it's important if you want to separate foods or if you had foods that were going to be cooked at different times. So, separated just simply fits into the little slotted space there, and as you can see, it's created, you know, a great amount of space for 2 different types of food.